So it's kind of a funny story. I don't love winter and love a bargain and love a good deal, right? So definitely got that from my mom. And
we were talking a little bit with Emily about these messages.
I'm the founder of Switch. So
Hello. Today we are here with Emily Petroff, the amazing, the one and only. And we are truly so excited that she opened the door for us today of the Switch Society to get an inside look of everything that she has to offer. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to be able to share a little bit about what we do with all of you.
Yes. We're going to get to see a lot of clothes and get to see exactly how their programs work and how we can get involved in here. So let's not wait too much and show us a little bit of this awesome space. Awesome. So this is our first time being here. So can you show us exactly how it all works?
Yeah, so the circular economy is the big thing that makes Switch really unique. So our members bring us all the things that they don't love, don't wear, doesn't fit, and then we give them points for those items, and then they shop the store with their points. There's no exchange of money for any of the items in the store, and then the way they gain access to the store is through a monthly or annual membership. So they literally can just bring in the things they don't love and then take out new things. They might be able to wear it once or twice. They might, if they find something they love and they want to have forever, they can keep it forever. So really they get to curate their experience to fit their unique goals and desires.
It's so fun because we all have, bags of clothes that maybe we liked a couple years ago, or we want to try, new clothes, new things. So this is a good opportunity to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of times, while the statistic is that 80% of the American closet hasn't been worn in the last year, this is a great way to unlock the value in those things that we aren't wearing, that there's nothing wrong with them, but maybe they just don't fit the style that we have or the vibe that we have right now, or we went through a body transformation of some sort, so they don't fit right, or just whatever the case might be. This is a way to get value for those things, find things that fit your body now that you love right now without the additional cost.
I'm mind blown by this idea and I've loved it. So I definitely wanted to learn more about Emily and what inspired you to create this idea. What kind of gave you that light bulb moment?
So it's kind of a funny story. I don't love winter and I really like getting together with other like-minded women. I had too many things in my closet and I had never hosted a clothing exchange before. And so I put an event on Facebook, and before I knew it, there was way too many people that were going to come to host it at my house. So I ended up renting meeting space at the Hilton. And then people came, and the people who couldn't come were like, when are you going to do the next one? And I was like, I really wasn't planning on doing a next one. And that first weekend, we collected over 817 items. And then I started to research, I didn't know what I didn't know about how bad the fashion industry is for the planet and just textile waste and all of those things. I'm pretty loud and obnoxious, so I figured I can use my voice to be able to make a positive impact and to be able to share with people, at least so they're educated and can make a decision that fits within their own things that are important to them.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. When we photographed, I absolutely loved your message and talking about the fast fashion and how that is the big problem right now. Yeah. So when we were photographing the TEDx event, I really resonated with your message on, how fast fashion is a problem right now.
Yeah, it is. And it's a problem that a lot of people don't know about, which is kind of surprising because it is a global epidemic. And what people don't realize is that when they're shopping on some of those online forums, you can get, let's say, 30 pieces for $100, right? The budgeting is great and the value, the perceived value seems to be there. But what is happening is they don't realize that quality of the items is not very good. So sometimes a shirt that you pay $3 for or less, the button pops off and they didn't pay very much for it. So instead of getting it repaired or taking more time to be able to say, how could I extend the life of this, it just often goes into the trash. So absolutely. 81 pounds of textiles are thrown away by the average American every single year. It's pretty significant, and fast fashion is contributing to that in a massive way.
Absolutely. I was also mind blown about the jeans too, how much water jeans take. So it's great that we get to use those for as long as they last, because jeans tend to be something that's a little bit more durable. So if we can extend the life of those items, that's great.
Yeah, a lot of times the things that are thrown away could be reused over and over and over again. Even the ones that are ripped, stained, torn, and broken, and we deconstruct them and upcycle them into new things. And the jeans are a big part of that because they are a little bit more durable. And even with all the jeans that are already on the planet, we're making 2 billion pairs of jeans every single year. And the dyes from that are going into land, the water, underground. It's something, if we can be more of that circular economy and we can get into the system of reusing the things that are already made, it is going to help a ton.
So that's what I love about Switch Society. They've really taken the sustainability into their own business model to really help the community and just the world at large, spreading that message of that circular economy. I love that. So how would you define circular economy?
The ability to be able to continue to reuse something over and over and over again until the true end of its life. A lot of times the things that we donate to donation centers or to charities can't be used by their end user, and it gets shipped to a third world country somewhere and ends up in a landfill, starting fires and seeping into groundwater and that kind of thing. So with the circular economy, you're able to bring your things in and that you're not using and let other people use them, so that they're extending the life of the item, as well as giving value to the community, which is the real value and benefit. Similar to how we're seeing Turo, right? You're letting other people rent your car that you're not using, or Airbnb, you're renting out a space in your house or a home that you're not using. So it really is about the shared community experience and valuing that over having to own something.
Yeah, I think there's just really so many cool aspects of it. Not only the fact that you get to keep your wardrobe fresh and new pieces, but you also get to feel good about it because you're truly helping the environment, keeping these items longer lifetimes for those. And then especially in the winter time, everyone needs extra layers as well to keep us warm too, especially this harsh winter that we've had.
Yes, absolutely.
We were talking, Emily, a little bit about the upcycling with different fabrics, and she wanted to show us these awesome items that you guys have created.
So all of our reusable laundry bags, my mom and I sew those. So any of the items that come in that are ripped, stained, torn, or broken, we deconstruct those items and then upcycle them into new things. So we make little jean bags like this. So this is what happens to the items that people bring us that are no longer usable the way they were born. We also do some wine. You can see back there's some wine bottles, and we make little sleeves for those. We make little reusable gift bags. Really just an array of things that we feel like are going to last a lot longer than maybe even a regular shirt or a pair of pants, right? So
that is so cool. So really truly taking every single element and making wonderful pieces out of it. So shout out to Emily and your mom as well for being so creative. So do you think you got a lot of awesome love for fashion and clothing, or where did you get that from?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we grew up going to garage sales and thrifting, and we love a bargain and love a good deal, right? So definitely got that from my mom and from the way that we were raised. I feel like my love of fashion has been more of a way to express myself and just to be able to inspire other people to also use fashion as a way to uplift their spirits or to show up in a way that makes them feel really, really good, regardless of their age, their size, their style, right? So Switch has given me the ability to transfer those things to so many other people. So it feels, they always say, I feel inspired or I'm empowered, and that part is really important to me.
Absolutely. And I think you've done just that. Anytime I see a post of yours on social media, it just makes me smile, and I'm like, yes, she's spreading positivity and encouragement, and I love that about you. So thank you for doing that. Keep doing that.
Thank you so much. It's so fun.
Yes. We were talking a little bit with Emily about these messages and what they mean. They caught my eye. So can you tell us a little bit more?
So at Switch Society, one of the things that's really important to us is inclusivity. So regardless your age, size, style, we really want to be a place that people can come and feel like they can be themselves, no matter where they came from, no matter what their budget is, no matter what their background is, and or if they want to change up their style. And I think that also transcends to just the body confidence movement. So all over the store, you'll find these little messages, and they really support. We say that we don't allow you to come in here and talk negatively about your body, because there's so much of that out there in the world, that here you just give yourself an opportunity to see the things about yourself that are so beautiful and so wonderful. And those little messages are a reminder of that. I think it's just a unique experience and opportunity. And we do, if we hear somebody, we're like, you're not supposed to do that in here. So we do hold them accountable to that as well. And I think it's just refreshing and a totally different take on the way that women often feel when they go shopping. It's not sometimes a fun experience for everyone. So
the Switch Society has a lot of impact. Emily, can you share a little bit about how you guys impact the community and how this whole process has helped Billings as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were kind of touching on the circular economy before. And so just to kind of give you an example of those like numbers, we take in almost 10,000 items a month. Wow. And on an average to busy day, about 300 items leave the store. So we do turn over our inventory very, very quickly. Yeah. It really does give people the freedom to circulate, to explore, to try things. And the impact that comes from that is in the ability to no guilt, no risk, right? You can try anything that you maybe normally wouldn't spend money on, or it gets you out of your comfort zone a little bit. So not only are we saving things from going into a landfill that we aren't wearing anymore, somebody else can wear those things, but we're also giving ourselves the freedom and permission to be able to expand our horizons in terms of that, how we get dressed in the morning, the things that we put on, and how we feel regardless of our age, style, shape, size.
That's wonderful. And it also encourages you to come back, because you always know that there's going to be more items coming in and changing it up, and then you can bring back your other items. Emily, can you show us a little bit about the nitty-gritty and exactly how it all works in terms of the trading, the points, and how can people bring their clothes in and start wearing these awesome pieces? Emily is showing us exactly how it all works, so you can learn how you can also be involved in the Switch Society.
So when you get your membership, you just bring your bags right on back to this little check-in station here. You just put your first name and your last name on the bag, and then there's a little QR code that you can scan, and it walks you through a very simple process to get your bag checked in. And the way that we evaluate items is based on brand, wear, and construction, and it's on a 3 to 10 point scale. And the intake is exactly the same as the out. So if you bring in 10 things with tags, you're going to get 100 points. If you take out 10 things with tags, you're going to use 100 points. So there's no discrepancy in terms of that. But I would say on average, most things in the store are probably 7-ish points. We get a lot of things that are higher quality and in really good condition because of the model and the way that it's structured.
Oh, nice. That's really cool. So that's exactly how it works. You bring your points, and then they're basically rated in a 1 to 10 point basis. And then a lot of the items are around 7 points, and can figure all that out in a very easy process. And that way it recycles and you get those new items right away as well.
They don't have to do any of that, just so we're clear. We do all the heavy lifting for everyone, and then it goes as soon as their gets added to their member dashboard and they know how many points they have, and then they can just shopping spree it up.
Okay, I thought this back was like, oh my gosh, look at this. So could you tell us a little bit about what this room is for?
Yeah, we do all of our sorting, inventory, counting in this space. That a member brings one of those bags in. This is the space that we use to go through and do the inventory and then sort them into the different bins and the different sizes, and to be able to go out on the swap floor.
You were saying that it's turnover, so when you get stuff to be taken out of there, then you bring some of this stuff back here, right?
Yes. Switch I'm the founder of Switch, so this is our first, not like our 100 stores all over the country yet. Our bootstrapping this with my own money. We are a public benefit corporation, so we are powered largely by volunteer. The members that we have come in and help with a lot of this stuff, so it's a huge lift. But anybody that's a member can come and they earn points while they volunteer, and they love that because then they get first dibs on all the stuff before it goes out, which is super fun and a great benefit for them as well. Yeah. So yeah, family swap is a huge part of our model, so I'd love to show you.
We were talking a little bit before in the other room about the family swap. Yeah. I really want to to learn more about this. I think this is a super cool thing that you do. So tell me a little bit more.
Thank you so much. So going back to how we were sharing about the items that get shipped off to third world countries. So we are a zero waste culture. And what that means is that nothing that ever comes here will ever end up in a landfill. And a huge part of that is making sure that our social impact is in alignment, right? And we want items that are not quite swappable, or we don't have men's and children's things on our floor currently. So those items go into a family swap event. And we do this event 3 times a year. It is a free event. It is open to the community at large. You do not have to be a member of Switch in order to participate. No limit, and there's no, you can take out as much as you want. We do it at a local church downtown. Billings First Church is where we've done it for the last year, and can come in and they can swap out the things that they don't need anymore and then take the things that they do. They do not have to bring things in order to take things out. So last year in 2024 alone, we gave away 39,817 items. So that's staying in our local community. There's no reason that we need to be shipping stuff out when there's people in our community who need, want, and can use those things.
Yeah, exactly.
And the population of people that we serve, that event is very diverse and unique. Some of it is the unhoused population in our community or the underserved population in our community. Some of it is members at the store that come and swap things out for their kids or their significant others. Some of it is upcyclers that want to come and get these things to use for fabric to make something new and different. So it's a really cool opportunity for so many different segments in our population to come together and be able to benefit from what we're doing. So the last event that we did was in November, and we took 600 bags down to the basement of the church. It's pretty wild. It's a big lift for our tiny team. So.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on social media for the first time this year, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at everything you are doing. Like, it's crazy. So I'm so proud of you. I think what you're doing for this whole community and for fashion is super great.
After we did those first few, it was like, could this really become something? And I started to do that research. So we became incorporated as a public benefit corporation on April 27th of 2023. I guess it was May 31st, actually, we moved all the things that we had into this space, because prior to that we were just doing pop-ups in little places. In fact, it's kind of funny. My sister owns a pet salon, and so on Friday night when they would close, and it's doggy daycare, when they would close, we would go in and push all of their stuff to the side. We would set up our little pop-up swap shop and then be open all weekend, and then Sunday afternoon everything down and put it all back. And it was like taking us hours to set up, and 5 tear down, and it was just so much work. So that's when we were like, build it and they will come. Like, we don't have enough revenue to justify this space, but let's just give it a shot. So that was in June of 2023 that we moved into this space. In a chain of events, I actually got on a reality TV show called The Blocks. It is the largest reality TV show for startup businesses in the world. And so I went to Tulsa and filmed season 10 of The Blocks in June of 2023. At that time, we only had 60 members, but from moment to December of 2023, we 10x the business. We had 600 members. We went from 60 to 600 in 6 months. So it was like drinking through a fire hose, trying to figure all the things out. And then fast forward a few months later, in February of 2024, we acquired the space that you have seen next, the one that's not as aesthetically pleasing, but we were bootstrapping this, and most things that we have in here are things that our own members have donated to us because they believe in our mission. They believe in being part of a community of people that really want the circular economy to be alive and well in Billings and in the world. So we expanded, so we more than doubled our little tiny 1,500 square feet. And now 2025, we are looking at, what does expansion look like for Switch? Is it possible to be able to have a Switch society in other communities in this and also the region, and eventually the world?
That would be so cool.
So it's been a fast process, but also, I can see it is a tremendous amount of work to be able to do it this way. But it of people, it takes care of the planet. So those are the things that are super close to my heart.
Yeah, I love it. I love, as business owners, I love how you're like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to go through, and you're doing so well doing this, and you're just making such an impact wherever you go. And this is beautiful what you're doing. And I believe that this is going to be multiple different places, and you're gonna make this like grow, and you're gonna do amazing. Like, this is amazing.
Thank you. That is goal, right?
That is the goal.
To be able to make a bigger impact and to be able to share this unique opportunity with people all over the country, right? So yeah.
I think so cool. Okay, Emily, can you kind of tell me a little bit about like the memberships? Can you tell me a little bit if I was to come in here and the different types of services you offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So the best way for somebody to get involved with Switch is one of two things. You can either hop on our website, which is just switchsociety.org, and all details and information that you need are either on our frequently asked questions page, and also all the different memberships that are available are on there as well. Or you can just come right into the store. We are at 2500 Grand Avenue, Suite N, and be happy to answer any and all of the questions that you have. You know, we have many different people that to utilize our services. We have created some memberships that have different tiers. So depending on where you're at with your goals and the different things that you want to do, right? So for example, we do private swap parties here. So there's a tier that includes a private swap party. Nice. So we have a gal that's doing it as a customer appreciation. And so she's bringing 20 of her customers here as a way to love on them. We have an 11-year-old that's doing a birthday party as one of that. Like, it's super fun.
That is so cool. Start it off young, you guys.
Yes. So those are things. Then we also have people who like, I don't know how to style this shirt, or my body shape, what's the best, so you do a styling session with me. So there's tiers that offer all kinds of different benefits depending on, like I said, what your goals are, what your objectives are, and what's going to be best for you. So we're happy to answer any and all of those questions based on what somebody has going on in their life.
That's so cool. I'm definitely going to have to come in, and you're going to have to style this because I need it. I need color in my life because I only wear black. So you need to do it all.
Absolutely. I think you always look fabulous, but I would be happy to help if I can. Absolutely.
Cool. Yay. Well, that's sweet. Loved this whole experience. I loved being behind the camera. I loved being in front of you. Nico did too. And could you tell us what else you would need from Billings? How can we help you more in this amazing journey? Because this is really something that we need. So can you tell us more?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think memberships is, as a little startup baby company, we still really need more members. We have 1,000 members now, but we really need to almost double that to get to a place where we are financially stable. So always needing more members. So just being able to share that and tell other people, give them an opportunity to try it out. We have guest passes so people can come and experience that. So there's a couple of ways they can do that. And then the other thing would be just to be able to, if people benefit from the family swap, we really want those items to get to people who need them, can use them. So having people come to our free family swap event too is awesome.
So you heard it, Billings. You guys got to come here. You got to check it out. You have to talk to Emily. She is the most beautiful soul in town, truly. So please, the bright soul. So I love it. So please come see her. Please come down and just a part of the community and help the fashion go downhill and come in here.
Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate your time and your dedication that you're putting into the community too, to not only shed light on places that are making an impact in the community, but just the desire to want to share that with people. So thank you for what you guys do too. So yeah.